Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Reasonable Sanity Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Token. With us tonight, we're going to go down a pretty interesting subject that most of us will find very desirable. We're going to talk to a couple of sex tourism experts. So, with us first, we have sex expert Dwight McClanahan. He was the writer of a book called Sexum with Dwight, Perv's Guide to Dixon, Tennessee. And then we also have Sienna Sinclair. She's made countless books to Naughty Guides to Las Vegas, LA, and I'm sure there's plenty more that you've done.
Yeah.
I guess my first question, Sienna, what got you into this desire to go do, find all these places and become, well rehearsed in their sexual culture?
Well, that's a good question because I don't even know what got me started. It started when I lived in London after college. I worked for a magazine and they had me going around writing about different travel things, but something just drew me to naughty things. Maybe I'm a really big history buff, so I think it started with learning about history of prostitutions and brothels, something that just really interested me. And then I wanted to go and learn about actually visiting brothels and strip clubs and, learning more about it for female-friendly things to do.
Okay, great. And Dwight,
yes,
same question. Your book is more focused just in the Dixon, Tennessee area, but it's the same type of material. What exactly drew you into, making the book and the guide?
I think it more centered around being bored. I live in, of course, Dixon, Tennessee, as stated in the book. We're about 40 miles outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And so, living in a small town, coming straight out of high school, people were just bored as hell. They're always looking for something to do. And so, of course, I'm looking for the first, major metropolitan city, something to do. And so I decided, just become kind of a little nomad, and I just started adventuring. I actually sold my house. I started living out of a van. Mm-hmm. And I was just parking on the streets of Nashville, just exploring different venues.
Okay. Sienna, what is the strangest thing that you've come across? I'm guessing, kind of diving deep into something like this, you're going to come across strange things.
Yeah.
What would be the number one?
Well, I don't like to call things strange because I don't like to judge what people like to do sexually.
Fair enough.
Especially coming as a sex coach. And I believe in trying everything once, but there's some things I will absolutely not try. Mm-hmm. And I'll just say this, this was from a mistress. She told me about it. Okay. And if you ever want to hear really cool, interesting stories, have a mistress for a friend. She was saying how, a lot, preferably Asians, they love to come over to the U.S. and she shits on them.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. And that I know personally I would not like to do. I don't even need to try it to say I don't like it. I just don't want to do it. So that I was like,
playbook
okay.
Either.
Yeah, but that's what somebody likes to get off, and I can't really judge them, but I wouldn't do it.
So she's absolutely right. I'm subconscious about using a public restroom and going too loud in there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, did that person exit or not?
Well, the funny thing about it is they tell her what to eat so that it tastes, what they want it to taste like, and they actually like to hear sounds.
Yeah. Unique.
So we've already gone there for the show, so I think we're good.
Yeah. Dwight, how about you? Making your guide to Dixon, Tennessee, what is the strangest thing you came across?
The strangest thing I came across, one of the strip clubs I went to, it was called the Peppermint Rhino, and that's in Nashville. The one stripper, the one gentleman, she went over to approach, and you could tell just by his look, he wasn't well off at all. But she really wanted to make some form of currency. She actually accepted a Walmart gift card that this gentleman had in his wallet, and it was like $25. But he had already used a portion of this $25 gift card. Oh, she took it and gave this man a lap dance.
Okay, that's too funny.
Yeah,
it was craziest thing I'd ever seen.
Oh my God, those are the small town stories that you hear about.
Yeah.
That people make fun of, like those redneck jokes.
Oh yeah, you don't even want to know how this scar happened.
I'm sure
I may want to
naughty.
know. I may want to know.
It was okay. It was. I took a class on how to pick up women because lately I haven't been very very versed in those areas.
Okay.
I tried a few of the lines. I went with this guy Gary Brodsky. He's A+ guy. He was supposed to teach me how to pick up women. I tried a couple of his lines. This scar is from a stiletto heel.
Okay, I was thinking a glass, like a martini glass. Okay.
Stiletto heel.
Wow.
Right there.
Wow.
Still fresh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What did you say? That's what I want to know.
I slapped her ass and said, "Nice tits."
Well, that's what you get.
I mean,
that's a bad pickup line.
Yeah.
I paid this guy some pretty
who
good
did you
money.
say?
I figured it was solid advice.
Yeah.
No.
Who did you say?
That's
Somebody
called
gave
sexually
you this
harassing
advice?
somebody.
Well, I'm hearing about that these days. Old goddamn Harvey Weinstein fucked it up for everybody.
What city would you consider the wildest? I know that's always something.
Naughtiest.
Yeah,
oh,
there
wow.
you go. Naughtiest. There you go.
Okay, so the naughtiest for me, because again, everybody's at their own naughty level, and there's, even though I call myself the naughty girl, there's people more naughty than me. But the one that I had the most fun in, like classy fun, it would be Paris. It was at Les Chandelles. It was very, high end. It was a fun little place to go dancing. And the reason why I found it so interesting and the reason why I enjoyed it so much is that the people that you meet at somewhere like this. So I ran into this girl, and she's this beautiful young Arabic girl. And we're talking, and her guy's going around, hooking up with other girls. And she says, "Oh, he's allowed to do that. We're going to get married, but I can't have sex with anybody." And I was thinking, okay, they've had sex before, So we go to a room with my guy, and his guy, so I'm going down on her, and she's like, "Oh, you can't finger me because I'm still a virgin and it's saved for him." And I was like, okay, I've never heard that in a swinger place before. So that was kind of interesting and just kind of like a neat story. But so that's for classy fun. Now, raunchy fun was in Thailand, definitely, where a girl is opening a Coke bottle, like she shows it to you and you feel it and it's closed, and she opens it with her pussy, and they start doing all these. The place was called Super Pussy. So it was my first time ever playing ping pong with a girl's pussy. So she sat in the back by the bar, and I was like, bam, bam, bam. Wow. It was fun.
Yeah, that's
or raunchy, naughty fun. Yeah.
I need to go to Thailand.
It's true.
So Dwight, same question. Obviously, you've been to not as many places. Seems like your book's based around Dixon, and then of course Nashville being close by. But what would be the naughtiest thing that you came across?
Naughtiest thing I came across, I don't know. You have the typical stuff. People just want to, they want the three ways, they want the different positions. I think one time I came across this lady. We had been to a strip club. Actually, she wasn't performing. She was actually there to view. Which was a nice little switch up in my book, because normally it's just a big sausage fest of fellas when you go to the strip club. They're just staring at the ladies. But we were a little intoxicated. We went back, and again, this was actually in Dixon. We went back to my place in Dixon. We ended the van. She actually asked me to stop at the 7-Eleven. I asked the gentleman behind the cashier register if I could have the mop bucket with the dirty water. She wanted me to actually slap her bare ass with a mop, with the dirty water in the mop, like slap her bare ass. And the sound it made, it was horrific. Let me tell you, it's when you take a towel and you snap somebody with it.
Yeah. No,
100 times worse. And like the color red, her bottom turned. And I'm surprised she didn't get an infection.
Yeah.
Because it was dirty ass water. I mean, it looked like it'd been there. It could have been for days.
Maybe that's part of the thrill for her.
It's amazing what people will do when they're drunk.
What I would like to do is kind of give everybody a nice little closing comment on why it's important that as a society we open up sexually, and we accept sex as not this thing that should be hidden and put away. Sienna, why don't you go first?
Yeah, so it's one thing to tell everybody, go out there and be sexual. And with my group that I have, I believe that everyone is at their own naughty level, meaning that, yeah, you can go out there and be naughty, but not everybody wants to be as naughty as some other people. So go at your own pace and do what you want to do. Don't just go out there and be like, oh my gosh, I have to use whips. I have to have a threesome. Do what feels comfortable for you, and that will help you to become more naughty, and explore more things down the road.
Very good. Dwight, same question?
Yeah, again, just do what's comfortable to you. If you want to go to a glory hole, stick your penis through the wall, have a mystery, you don't know who's on the other side of the wall. Maybe you got a man mouth, you got a woman's mouth, you got a rat trap. You don't know. It's an adventure. And just get out there and do it, because if you don't, then Trump wins, Trump wins.
All right. Well, I want to thank both of my guests for coming and having this very unique conversation with me. Sienna Sinclair, she is the naughty expert. You can look her up, and we'll make sure we put links in the show notes. And Dwight McClanahan and his pervert guide to what was it? Dixon, Tennessee. Pervert's Guide to Dixon, Tennessee. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.
Thanks.
Trump's America.